springs open, and he comes with a matrix of leadership. It's really fun. He can, because he is commander class, he stands a little bit taller than leader class Grimlock, so we were able to put a lot of that engineering into his articulation. So he has amazing ranges of movement. All of his fingers articulate, so he can do a pointing pose, and then he can also use that to hold the matrix. And another fun little thing, so as you probably saw, the missiles are separate. It's a little thing, but you can stick blast effects, which he comes with the Omega Supreme blast effects in there, just to kind of give him rocket launching power.
So here we are, the Transformers Slag podcast review of the Hasbro Pulse panel. It had just concluded now. We have a lot to cover. We're probably going to break these into separate parts because there's just so much to go over. We have footage. We have some beautiful photos here, courtesy of some of the fans from the Transformers Slag podcast that were on the floor. Big shout out to Edgar Mayoral, who pretty much had some footage and stuff. And then, of course, other dudes that took really good photos. Everyone had different photos and stuff. I'm pretty sure by the end of this weekend, we'll have some in-hand images and official images from Hasbro. It's always like that. This is just going to be the photography from the panel itself, so bear with us with the quality that we have here today. But it's a lot of great stuff. And when we do the live stream on this Saturday, I'm sure we'll have all the updated photos and we'll cover everything again. We could all discuss it quite vividly. But today, right now, for this segment, there's going to be more tonight. But this segment, we're going to cover just the Studio Series stuff, Studio Series and Studio Series 86. And there's a lot to cover here, so let's jump into it. A lot of exciting stuff. The first thing we're going to cover is some of the core class stuff with the Studio Series Rise of the Beast stuff. So the first one we have here is a Terracon Novocaine. This is more just an army building item. We had Freezer. This is just a repaint of Freezer. It's a straight up repaint of Freezer from what I could tell, unless there's a slight retool on this. It's because these guys were army builders in the movie. They came in swarms, so it's an excuse to take that mold and do something with it again. Probably the least exciting thing of this whole panel, but let's continue. Then we had, this one was a surprise, in all honesty, Noah Diaz exosuit. So looks like they're figuring out a way to put Noah Diaz as a toy in the movie. Not 100% true to how it was in the movie, but more of an interpretation. Giving that exosuit some kind of a jet mode, putting it in a core class so it'll scale with the other figures. I'm pretty sure a lot of fans and customizers are going to rip off all these jet pieces and try to just make some kind of base figure itself to have with it. Looks like he comes with 2 weapons, so that's pretty cool. Again, I appreciate somehow working in the human element into the toy line if possible to kind of give it some kind of weight, because a lot of times human characters are just there. They're just there in the movie and they don't really serve a purpose. I mean, the last few movies, outside of little statue figures or something, when did the humans really matter in terms of the toy product? So this is a nice addition to that. Again, hopefully we'll get some more exosuit related stuff in the future from Rise of the Beast in product. But at least we got this one here with Noah Diaz, and I appreciate that at least it does something. This is the one that I'm sure a lot of us were waiting for, because some of her toys were kind of in the coloring. And now we have the Studio Series 104 Deluxe Class Nightbird. Proper colors, proper design. Looks like how she does in the movie. Looks like she even has her little backpack going on there. Her sword looks a lot better than that mainline one that had the weird coloring with the bumper and stuff. So fantastic. Very happy about this. Again, we'll probably get better images later on, but all we got is this right now. Let's jump into Studio Series 86. Now, first we got the repaint that we were all kind of expecting. We had Rumble, which was called Rumble Blue. And now we got Frenzy, that's called Frenzy Red. And you got your Frenzy Red, so you could have your Rumble Blue. And then, it is what it is. You got more of your cassettes. I'm pretty sure some of the others will come in the near future. I'm expecting, obviously, a Ravage and a Ratbat. We'll get all of them done proper. Now we're talking another repaint retool, in this case of our Studio Series 86 Ironhide into Ratchet. Clearly has the background there of the shuttle scene, so if you want your Ratchet figure, here it is. I know a lot of people were unloading their Earthrise Ratchets at TFCon's charity auction because they knew this was coming because of listings, and no surprise with that one. So this is going to be the new hotness, much like the Ironhide when that one came out, and that's pretty cool. Not much I could really say about it. It's a retool of the Ironhide done into Ratchet, light bar, weapons, new head sculpt. It is what it is. But here's the big one. Here's the one that we're all going to be talking about this weekend. Here's the exciting item. The debut of Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. And this is really cool. This is really cool. Brand new tooling. People were saying, oh, it's the masterpiece. It's definitely masterpiece level because it's Commander Class. Articulated fingers, pop-up matrix, comes apart so you could reenact his faux death on the planet of junk from the sweeps. There's so much going on here. They even included some Omega Supreme blast effects just to like give you a little something extra to go with it too, because, well, all the Commander classes usually come with some kind of blast effects, and Ultra Magnus should be no different. The big thing to take away from this is it's screen accurate in terms of transformation. And what that means is we don't have a white Optimus Prime that combines with a power armor. We have a truck dude that transforms and becomes part of that armor in the back, and there is no in-between of a separate robot, which is as it's intended. You know, it was like that in the show. We never saw a inner robot white Optimus Prime kind of Ultra Magnus thing, Magnus, if you will, to the Ultra Magnus. We never saw that in any kind of animation. That was a Dreamwave thing. Dreamwave was the first to really like go, hey, you know, we know that thing exists. And then, of course, that led to the flood of white Ultra Magnus Optimus Prime repaints afterwards. But this is screen accurate. And they did that with Masterpiece also. Not the first MPO2, the actual Masterpiece Ultra Magnus. They did that also. They did it with Titanium's one. So I'm totally behind this. That's how it should be. And it just works out great. And they're able to fit in more gimmicks and stuff as a result in the chest and all the pieces and the parts and the fact that it could come apart. I think it looks great. Tons of great articulation on this. And this is a fantastic Commander class, as it should be. Evan is excited. Delaney is excited. You know, BMAC is excited. Flint Dilley, who is the MC and host of this, is excited. We're all excited. That's going to be the hot ticket item for 2024 for a lot of Transformer fans. And not much more I can really say. And the last of the Studio Series stuff that we got here was the Amazon exclusive. We had an Autobot set. It was really popular. It did very well for Amazon, and I felt that it served a very good purpose because a lot of those Studio Series early movie toys are starting to go for crazy money in the secondary market. The Jazzes, the Ironhides, even the Optimuses in some cases. And they made that box set to kind of alleviate that stress for a lot of people. And they made that box set where you could get them all cheaply. And they had some little updated paint schemes to even make them a little more screen accurate. So it was this great box set that people could get for the Autobot one. Guess what? Now here's the big reveal of a Decepticon one. So it doesn't have all the Decepticons because unlike the Autobot set where the price points were pretty manageable, a lot of Deluxes and Voyagers that could be fit into a big box set. Decepticons are larger characters. Yeah, for every deluxe class, you know, Barricade, there's Voyagers and leaders of Blackout, Megatron, you know, Starscream, and, you know, Brawl's missing from this. So it's something where you could only fit so much into it. And as a result, I get a feeling we might even get like a box set 2.0 at some point. That's the way I kind of see it. Like they're going to give us the Bone Crusher, the Brawl. Maybe, you know, like they'll fit in some kind of like special extra too to just kind of like, you know, do something. But here is box set, you know, Decepticon version, Amazon exclusive. And again, same kind of story. It looks like they update the paint schemes. It helps alleviate some of the secondary market pricing because Barricade goes pretty decent money today. So does Blackout. So it also does that too. And I appreciate Hasbro doing stuff like this because we need that. Because as certain figures start to, you know, they start to get along in the tooth in a lot of ways, the secondary market cleans up a little bit, the population reports get a little scarce, and before you know it, there's only so many people that have sealed versions of these for people to buy, let alone for a decent price. So this is fantastic. This will also be popping up on Amazon soon. Very cool stuff. And that's it for the Studio Series stuff. We still got a lot more, a bunch of Hasbro Pulse of that Legacy Evolution stuff we got to talk about with more information, prices, pictures, and everything. So, stay tuned today. Hope you stay with me. A lot of great stuff here. on the Transformer Slag podcast, and stay tuned. And I'll talk to you again real soon.